all the Etsy Effect attendees, and anyone else who finds themselves here on our channel. Today we are doing a training on how you can and should be leveraging AI in your Etsy shop if you have an Etsy shop, y'all.
Yes.
We use this really we like to utilize AI to help us come up with and create ideas for us to then turn around and create them. So we're not wasting our brain power on trying to come up with all of these new ideas. We love to use AI, ChatGPT, whatever AI engine you use. We love to use it as our starting off point to give us that creative spark for us to then go create what we are meant to create. So
Yes.
one thing that first of all, if you are here, drop something in the chat. Let me know that you're here. I'm only seeing one comment so far, but we're just gonna keep on going. But one thing that I want you all to start thinking of AI as, because listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say it can't. It's scary for a lot of people because it is. No lies to tell. However, what I want you to think of this as is a way to help you leverage your time and your energy so that you can open yourself up to create more. So what this is doing, and how I like to kind of compare it, is I look at AI is doing to Google what Google did to encyclopedias. So we had the information before in an encyclopedia, but that all got translated over to digital, where we would use Google as the search engine and we wouldn't have to flip through pages to find the information.
Yeah.
Same thing AI is kind of doing to Google as a search engine. Instead of us having to type in or figure out what to say, what we want, and type it into Google and scroll through all those links to try to find that information, what AI is doing is we can ask AI and it's going to read the internet for us and give us what data it is seeing and what data it is reading. So that is how I like to look at it as, and I like to look at it as a way that it can read all of this data that I may not know how to read or understand, and it spits it back to me in a way that I can digest it, and then I can go and do all of my creating. So there are a lot of ways that we like to use AI. However, one thing that we are never, ever, ever going to do is we're never going to take exactly what AI gives us and slap it on a listing or slap it on a product. We're not going to be doing what some people like to call AI slop. That's not how we do that here, but we like to leverage it to help us get to our finished creation. So we use it for research to start out, and I'm going to walk you through the process. So we like to research to kind of get an idea of where we are going based on what is working in our shop, or we like to use it to see where we might have holes in our shop so that we can create things to fill those holes. Once again, I'm going to show you how we do that. From there, AI is going to give us all of that information. It's going to spit it back out to us, and then we can go translate that and do the creation. Now, if you have to have help, or if you need help with certain aspects of your creation, I know that we are going to have people here that are going to be physical product sellers, digital product sellers, or maybe even print on demand. So if you are in one of those categories where you may need help with graphic creation, we do love to use AI to help us create specific pieces of the graphics that we then finish and create. But what we don't like to do is just throw something into AI, let it spit us back out an image, and that's the only thing that we slap on our product. That, in our minds, is honestly a big no. People can tell when you do that. So if you need to use it for image generation, we really like to just keep it to small individual pieces that we create as a collective whole. So now, that's not where it starts. After you've done all your creating, then comes the fun part of actually creating your listing on Etsy. So after you have either physically made your product, digitally made your product, set up your print-on-demand listing, it is now time to actually put that listing together, and how we love to utilize AI to help finish our listing is a couple different ways. Number one, we love to use AI to pop our product back in and have it spit out a quick description that we can then go in there and edit and change to put in our description in Etsy. Now, our titles and tags, we teach you within Passive Earner Society how to title and tag. A lot of times you can use AI for your titles and tags, but a lot of times you just have to kind of use a little bit of common sense with your titles and tags. And there's a little bit of making sure that we use the right verbiage. So you can train your AI to spit out those titles and tags as well if you want to. We actually have a Sales Booster AI engine inside of Passive Earner Society where we have our formula set up in that AI engine so that you can do that. But you can also do it in whatever AI bot that you're using. And then it has come a long way. Now, before I would have never said this, ever said this, but now AI has come quite a ways, and there are times where we do like to utilize AI to help level up our mockups. Now, we're not using it to completely create our mockups, number one. We don't like using it with trying to recreate human faces in our mockups, but I'm going to show you how you can leverage AI to help you level up your mockups no matter what type of product you are selling, whether you are digital, physical, or print on demand. I'm going to teach you how to do that today. You can see I have a little physical product, and actually, fun fact, this is a print on demand product that we created and ordered to see the sample. So it's a print on demand, but it's also a physical, and I'm going to show you how I would use this if I needed help with my mockups inside Etsy utilizing AI. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and dive over to our share screen, and I'm going to show you how we like to start. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have an Etsy shop here that I'm going to grab the link to, and I'm going to first start out by asking AI to go over this shop and tell me what holes it is seeing based on what is trending and selling on Etsy. So this shop is a printable shop. They do birthday invitations, party favors, banners, things like that you can see. So what we're going to do is we are going to copy this shop URL, and this is what you can do for your own shop. So if you have your own shop, I would copy your own shop's URL. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to hop over into chat, and I'm going to say, listen, I am a true Southerner, and I can't help but saying good morning. I'm very nice to my chat. I can't help it. Good morning, chat. I am needing help analyzing. Now, one thing I do want to let you all know is your crafting when it comes to AI is going to be in your prompt. You want to be very direct, you want to be very descriptive, and you want to tell it exactly what you want. So I'm going to do analyzing a shop that sells birthday, if I can type, birthday printables, banners, party favors, and more. Can you please take a look at this shop and all the listings and give me a breakdown? No, let's say all the listings and compare what you see in the shop to what is selling on Etsy. Can you then give me a breakdown of things, of items, or let's do themes that this shop is missing and what they could create next to fill the gaps. Oh, forgot to paste the shop. Here's the shop. Boop, boop.
Wait, chat.
Drop the shop link. I forgot. My bad. My bad. I forgot to drop the shop link. Boop. Go. Is it still going?
Dang.
Oh, okay, chat. Okay.
Over delivering.
Over deliver. There's the shop link. So while it's searching, we can go back and see what chat said. Party activities is an underbuilt, it says most underbuilt category. That could be princess, boy birthday, too fast, race car. So let's go back and see what. Okay, here we go. It's exactly the kind of breakdown. Quick shop snapshot, what they're doing well, strong foundation, clean, cohesive branding, focus on invitations, banners, party decor, favor tags, consistent style, bright, playful, and kid-friendly. They've nailed the basic party printable shop starter pack. Where they are falling short, this shop is playing in very saturated entry-level lanes. What they're missing is depth, trend leverage, and emotional products. So what is actually selling on Etsy? Bundles, so full party kits. That could be a really good place where this shop could even leverage and saying, hey, do you want this full bundle and everything involved? You can get it.
That would be awesome.
Even cheaper. Personalized Canva editable products are expected. They have those. Games and activities could be a good one. So here's the gap analysis. There is no full party experience products. That gives us a product, but maybe leaning into micro-themed strategies. So right now it's telling me like groovy one, too fast, very first birthday. These are all gaps that they are seeing within this shop that would then be easy for you to go translate into designs. We know you've said us about no party games and activities. We get that. So maybe right now this shop could benefit from like personalized products where you can add your own photos, like the birthday newspaper templates. I don't know if you all have seen those, but that is a big one for like the older group, like 20s, 30s. That could be great for this shop. And then not leveraging personalization enough. It is all very kid focused, so maybe branching into 30s, 40s, 50s, all of those would be great places to go for this shop. So you all are now seeing how easy it is to pop your shop in. Ask chat to then give you a detailed breakdown of what they are seeing and the gaps that you are missing. I mean, it goes on and on. Ultimate birthday game pack, birthday newspaper template, we talked about that. I mean, it is very extensive on what this is now telling me. So now I don't have to go through and research that, and I immediately have 5 new parties I have planned in my head that I can now go translate into designs. Now, another way that we like to utilize chat, even if it is not reading a full shop, I'm going to give you another example of what you can do, and this is going to be great if you are wanting to leverage what is working in your own shop. So I'm going to go over to my Etsy seller app, and I'm going to look at, and we can go to one if you want to. So currently, I have our Etsy seller app open, and I'm looking at what has been favorited the last 3 days. And I love to do this, especially if I'm wanting to add more of what is working and or what is selling. So I'm going to use a mixture of what has sold and what has been favorited in our shop. And I'm going to then expand on that. So it looks like, let's go back right here. Immune system is a hoe. Immune system is a hoe. Immune system is a hoe. Father figure that was something. We got a father figure. Immune system is a hoe. There's 2, bar is my happy hour. 3, bar is my happy hour. Sold a bar. Immune system is a hoe. Immune system is a hoe. So that is what is trending currently in our like little basic t-shirt shop. So I like to, if I'm like, okay, my immune system is a hoe, people are liking this, how can I expand on that idea to maybe reach others that also feel the same way? So I'm gonna say, I am looking to expand some designs in my minimalistic shirt/sweatshirt shop. And currently, actually, we had a lot of bar. So let's actually go with bar, because if you want me to be honest, I know nothing about like bar terminology. First of all, bar as in B-A-R-R-E, not bar as in drinking bar. I'm talking about the workout bar, like Pilates type bar. So let's say that was trending in my shop. I'm not really an expert, but people are resonating with that. So let's go with that one. I'm looking to expand some designs in my minimalistic sweatshirt shop. And currently what is being favorited and bought are shirts related to bar. Can you please help me, not Mac, help me come up with, let's go with, we'll just say 10. We can even do phrases, or I think we could do
one-liners.
Yeah, 10 one-line sayings that someone who participates, and this is really how you micro niche down, by the way, in bar would resonate with. Now, this is going to give you, because this is going to micro niche me down into the people who just do bar. So look, this one says powered by pulses. Y'all, I don't even do bar, but I know that people who participate in either bar or Pilates, the pulses, powered by pulses would be great. And that is something like, if I were to put that on a shirt, that creates a sense of identity. Mm-hmm. So only people who participate in bar would see that shirt if you were wearing it, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, you do bar, don't you?
Yeah. So good.
Just one more pulse, strong, not sorry, small moves, big burn. All of these are great things that I could then go put on my shirts that would micro niche my products down and make it something that people who participate in bar and see that, they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, absolutely. I can wear that to class every day, or that's gonna be my comfort sweatshirt that I put on in the morning before going to bar. This is how you utilize AI to leverage what is working and to make sales in your shop, truly, truly. You want to use it, make sure you are using it for research. If you're not using it for research and getting these ideas, honestly, I don't know what's going on. Now, I've not been seeing a lot of people in the chat, so if you all have any questions, how many people do we have here with us?
We have 55.
Okay, so we have a smaller group today, which is great. I love that. Now is a great time. If you do have questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat for me. I love to answer your questions. Even if you have any questions about applying for Passive Earner Society coaching, we go through this, by the way. We teach you all of this inside Passive Earner Society coaching with your one-on-one coach. So if this is something that you're like, oh my gosh, I definitely need this, make sure you apply now. Hit that apply button if you haven't already. So this is how I would then get my ideas for my products, and we could either, hear me out, actually, I think I have changed. So I had this whole idea in my head before we did this, but I think I have changed what I think I want to do. We may still do the banner. So I have a party banner that I was going to show you how we can create mock-ups, but if we wanted to, let's say, put this on a, let's put it on a hat. Let's do that. Because I really like this powered by pulses, or we might put it on a sweatshirt, and then we'll see what kind of like flat lace sweatshirt mock-ups we can get with AI in case we need it. Now, I will say when it comes to shirts specifically, a lot of times I like to purchase my mock-ups and put my designs on my mock-ups. So we'll see how it does with shirts. So Tammy says, when your chat bot gets to know you too well, sometimes they begin to placate you. So you need to tell them, do not sugarcoat this, or if I was a first-time chatter. Thank you for that. That is a great thing because, yes, that is correct. A lot of times chat will tell you what they think you want to hear, but you need to make sure to tell your chat not to sugarcoat it, pretty much. So what I've done now, since I have my ideas, I can then go over into Canva. You can see we have a banner here, and I may show you how we use like a banner and create a mock-up. But from there, I would just go to create. We'll do a hat first, or maybe, no, I said we were gonna do a sweatshirt. I need to stick with that. So we're gonna do a 2000 by 2000 just to get our design in here. Create a new design. From there, what I would do, because we are our shop here in the at the office, our shop is just a minimalistic t-shirt shop. I'm just going to type in powered by pulses, and then I'm going to find my font because that's not the font that we are gonna use. Let's see. That one is not the one that I'm thinking of, but we're gonna find a font real quick because I don't remember. Let's do a serif font. And let's do, trying to look and find the one that I want. No. Do you know a good serif font right off the, oh, the youngest. That's the one. I like this one. For some reason, I really like this one. It's very basic, but I really like it. Okay, so here is very minimalistic design, y'all. This is our shop. This is our niche. This is what we do. So what I would then do is I would come up here to share and download. Transparent background. Boom. We're going to download. Now we're going to come over here to Printify. Now, once again, I'm just showing you how the process that I go through if we are, let's leave this banner up and let's come back over here to Printify, and I'll show you how we add this. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. There's like something going on outside our office. Okay, like lots of sirens.
That was like 900
that was like
fire trucks that just passed.
I know, that is so weird.
Lord help them.
Whew. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on a sweatshirt. This is how we're going to, so Diane, we went through and had chat give us the ideas. So if you're watching, if you just joined, go back and watch us, or go back and watch here in a minute. Actually, I'm going to do this as embroidery too. And we're going to do this as right here. So, and now here in a minute, we're fixing to start the process of showing you all how to create the mock-ups. if you wanted to. So I'm going to, and I wouldn't do this for every mock-up that I do, I don't think, but there are specific times where you can do a really good AI mock-up, but not all the time. If it looks overly AI, we want to stay away from it. So let's just do a sand color. And then it's still out there. Do you still hear it?
Yeah, there's more.
Okay, so I'm going to go to upload. Thought I was going to, let's go to my device, powered by pulses, upload. We're going to be, got it. We need to zoom in so we can see our sizing. Oh, now let's go here. And I am just going to size this up to fit right here where I want it. Like that right there. And then what I like to do is come over here to preview. Y'all, this right here is the little hack that especially if you are doing embroidery. So let's do a folded preview. Give me just a minute if it will pop up. So actually, now that I look at it, I feel like I need to move that down just a little bit for it to look about right there. Now go to preview and folded. Still gonna take it a minute. Bear with me if you're still here. Once again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. So now what I like to do from here is you can download the mockup. I don't really care. I don't like the fact that there is not a tag here, and I'll tell you why. Because, and you have to be very careful. This is why I was kind of wanting to stay away from shirts just a little bit. Just because if you are advertising a very specific shirt, like a comfort color or a Gildan, a sweatshirt, people know those brands, and if they don't have a tag on it or they see that the tag is not right, that's why a lot of times with shirt mock-ups, AI might not be the best, because people know brands and they expect to see the brand. So with shirt mock-ups, a lot of times I will purchase the mock-ups in Etsy where people actually purchase the shirts, take the pictures, sell you the mock-ups, and that might be the route you may need to go as well with shirts, because this right here, this is what we don't do with AI. Thought I could do it, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to put this on a hat instead and stay away from it just because it doesn't have a tag on that shirt. Nor does it have, I don't think this one has a tag either. So we're gonna go back. We're actually going to, let's go back to edit. And let's go back to catalog. Yes, I wanna close this. We're gonna go to accessories. We'll go to hats, and let's just do, I like this hat. We're gonna start design this hat. We're gonna go choose our colors. We'll just do red. I'm gonna go to my library because I've already uploaded the Powered by Pulses, so I can place that in there now, size it up. Like this. I'm going to put it about right there so that middle seam doesn't mess with that. We'll do it right here. Then we're going to go to preview. I'm not liking that red. Let's change the red to pink. Sure, we'll do pink. It would probably look better with white on pink, but you all catch my drift. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna download this mock-up, and here is where I like to do the image generation in AI. So first thing I'll do is I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna type in embroidered hat, just because I wanna get an idea of which hats are sticking out to me, which mock-ups are sticking out. Which ones do I like? Which ones catch my eye? Which ones get me to stop scrolling? So, first off, I love this hat. This hat alone is just getting me to stop scrolling, number one. But I also really like this mock-up right here. I think this is very pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take this. I'm actually just gonna screenshot. Now I'm just using this as a reference, not necessarily as, you know, I need it the exact same. From there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to Google Gemini. Now we have discovered that Google Gemini does seem to be the best when it comes to image generation. Chat will also give you a good one. Claude, if you've ever worked with Claude, we don't know that Claude has the best image generation just yet, but we're gonna select create an image. I'm going to add both images that I just, so the powered by pulses right here, I'm going to upload that one, and I'm going to upload the screenshot of what I just took a screenshot of. This one is, I like how that mock-up looked. So I've got both of these, and now I'm going to tell Google Gemini exactly what I want. Can you please take the exact hat in the first image? I'm going to say the pink one, and place it in a scene like the second image. Now, this is not all. You have to continue. Please keep the image hyper realistic and make the text on the pink hat look embroidered. Keep the image light and airy. Is there anything else that you think we should add other than keep the image, like I told it, hyper realistic, make the text on the pink hat look embroidered, and keep the image light and airy. Light and airy with shadows like the first one.
Yeah, I always say just keep it hyper realistic. Sometimes I put in there like a professional photo.
Okay.
You want it to look so good.
So now what it's going to do is it's going to take this. Now I am going to go ahead and copy this, and we're going to hop back over to chat as well. And we're going to give it the same thing so that you all can see the difference. So I'm going to go to create image, upload photos and files. We need this one first, upload this one. Second right here, and then I'm going to paste in what the exact same thing I also gave Nano Banana or Google Gemini. And here is what it gave me. Honestly, it looks, I can't tell if it looks super embroidered, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download it, and then I'm gonna put it back over here. I'm gonna add a new page into Canva, and then I'm gonna bring my Finder back into view, and I am going to drag and drop this, and I'm going to be able to zoom in and really check and see if, now this also shows me that I definitely need to make this a white text on that pink hat. I mean, I'm zoomed in pretty good. I can still kind of tell it's AI, but from afar, I think it looks, like that looks great to me.
It looks really good.
That looks so good. So good. Could not tell. Now going back to chat and seeing what chat gave me, I actually think chat looks more realistic right now. So we're going to save this one. Let's download it. And then come back over here to, we're going to add another page. I'm going to bring my Finder back into view. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Pop this here and make it larger. Now I can tell that this one is thinner than that one. So actually this one looks more like the, oh honey, that one's a lot more realistic to me.
Yeah, that looks crazy.
That's insane. So maybe chat did better this round. Wow. Even the color grading on that one is better, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do like how this one has the shadows on it. So that one to me also looks hyper realistic. But what I can do is I need to come back here and the text needs to be a little bit thinner and look more realistic. Please. Now I think I had it in fast mode, so you could have also changed it to pro and it might have done a little bit better. I didn't even realize that I was in fast mode. So, and see, this one is, once again, I'm still in fast mode. I need to change it to pro, but it still got pretty good. But I do actually think I like the chat image better this time. So that is how we then, if we don't have or we can't get our hands on mock-up images, that's how we like to easily create mock-up images. Same thing with a banner. So let's go back to edit here. If you were doing this on a banner, here is a banner that we have created. I'm going to go to share. We will download this. Bump that resolution up. And then once that downloads, we can pop this on a banner, and I'll show you the kind of the same thing with the banner so that you realize it can be lots and lots of different products. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Now, after we've done that, if you are a physical product seller, I'm going to show you how we like to use it on physical products as well.
Amazing.
And actually, let's just go ahead. Since we've done it, you kind of get I don't have to do this banner one. It's the same thing. You would upload it, whatever design on your product, and then you're going to go to preview. And then from preview is where you would grab that mock-up and put it into either Google Gemini, Nano Banana, ChatGPT, whatever, and you would have it create a background that you like. Now, let's go overhead, and let's say you are a physical product seller. So if you are a physical product seller, what you can do is we can set up your product. I would do it on like a white background. Set it up to where it showcases your product. You can see I have laid this out to where it looks very, very nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come overhead and I'm going to take a picture of this, okay? So here's my picture. It doesn't look great. You can see the lines from filming and everything else. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to give it to both Gemini or Nano Banana and Chat, and we're going to have it make us a mock-up. Where is the airdrop on this thing? Makers, there it is. Beautiful. So we're going to save this to downloads. Beautiful. I'm going to go to Google Gemini first. We're going to do a new chat. We're going to go to create image. And if you wanted to, once again, you could go through and find a, what would you call this? A baby,
Stuffed animal blanket.
animal blanket.
Animal blanket. Bunny blanket.
Okay, so like these little guys.
Yeah.
A lovey. They're calling it a lovey.
Too cute.
So what you could do is if you wanted to try to find we are going to stay away from this.
Yeah.
There is not going to be a baby holding up their thing like that.
No, not at all.
This to me is a no. We're not doing AI generation images like that. But what we can do, I'm not even seeing anything that I really like that much. You know what I mean? So what we can do is we're going to come over here. I've selected create image. We're going to upload files. Here is the image that I have taken. And what I'm going to tell chat is this is a product that I am selling in my Etsy shop. Can you please help me create a flat lay mock-up image of this product laying in an aesthetic. How do you, A-E? Aesthetic is a very hard word to spell. An aesthetic crib with in an image of this product laying in an aesthetic crib that really showcases no, and I will just say laying in a crib. I don't think we need to put aesthetic. Laying in a crib. Please keep the image hyper realistic and light and airy. I want this image to make people want to stop and look at the product.
It should probably also be minimalistic because we don't want it to be like too cluttered and distracting.
Please keep it somewhat minimalistic so that it really showcases the product I'm selling.
Yeah.
Boom. And we're going to change it from fast to pro. Boom. Huggy. Someone said it was a huggy. A lovey, a huggy. So once again, we're going to copy this. I'm going to pop back over to chat. We're going to do a new one. Create an image. We like to do a side-by-side comparison of what we get from chat versus what we get from Google Gemini. And I'm literally going to just paste the exact same thing that I gave Gemini. To chat. Oh, Tammy says I would say bassinet so it doesn't get lost in a big crib. That would be a great one too. Not really my favorite.
Yeah.
It looks like it's taking over the whole crib.
It really does.
You know what I mean?
It's like a massive blanket.
Maybe we could, it's like hanging from a crib is also not a great thing to say.
Maybe you could say a flat lay on soft knitted blanket or something, like a neutral.
Can you change this to a flat lay on a soft neutral fabric?
Yeah. maybe like, yeah.
Instead, please make the size 2000 by 2000 pixels, because it does need to be a square image. Should we do like some little things around it or not really?
Like
some little like
minimalistic.
baby products around
Yeah.
it?
Minimalist props.
Please, ooh.
And when I do props, like using AI, I always tell it not to take away from the focus of the main
Minimalist
item.
props around the product that doesn't take away from the actual product. Keep the image hyper realistic and light and airy. Okay, seeing what that does. I didn't really give it a lot of direction the last time. I don't hate chats.
Yeah, that one is way better in my
I actually really like chats.
Yeah,
Wow.
that one's a lot better.
So we're going to download this one. We'll come over here to this Powered by Pulses. We're going to add a page, and we're going to see what it looks like when we pop it into Canva. Because I would still pop my designs into Canva to get the sizing correct, and also to try to take away from the, not take away from, but so the size aspect, the size ratio is not right on this one. So I will need to come back here and just say, can you make this a square image? And then let's see what this one, oh no, that's cute.
Yeah, that is.
Now
really
that
good.
gives, I gave more direction with this one. And I really like this one. So let's download this one. And then coming back over to Canva, once again, we're gonna add a page. I'm gonna pop my Finder back in. And then here is our Gemini image. Now, I don't like that we have this little Google Gemini thing down here, but what I do is I just come over here to edit. We're gonna go to Magic Eraser, and I'm just going to boop and erase that guy right there, just like that. Then we can come back out of here and size this up like that, and y'all, that looks good.
It looks really good.
That looks really good.
So cute.
And it looks like I laid it on something and took a picture.
Yeah,
I think that's adorable.
that is so good.
Adorable. Let's see what chat gave us this time. So now I don't like this one as much as I like the Google Gemini one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's still not bad.
No, maybe for the second listing photo.
Yeah, so this one would be good for like the second listing photo, or to do A/B testing within your shop to see which one other people like. So
sure.
once again, we can go to add a page. We'll bring our Finder back into view. We're gonna pop this in here, zoom in on our canvas, place that up there, and I always go just a little bit zoom too far in, seems like. And then make it that size. And then I always like to zoom in and just check. It's just taking the exact picture that I sent it and laid it in here, and I just think it looks really good. It's even got the drop shadows.
It looks really good.
It looks good, guys. It looks so good. So like, imagine you have if you have an embroidery machine and you make these, imagine just taking a photo and popping it from a white background and popping it in chat, and these are your listing images.
Yeah, crazy.
That
good.
is so fast. I love that.
So good.
Now, after we have done that and created our listing images, what I then like to do is take those images and pop them into chat and say, can you now create? Now, I don't think I can. Well, yeah, I can. So we can now say, love this. I'm going to use this as one of my listing images, but can you please help me create a short SEO rich description to use on my listing of this product. Ouch. I felt like someone was biting me. This product. Boom. And then here is an SEO rich description of the product or the mock-up that you just created. Now, once again, you're going to want to go in there and change this up, because in the chat, I have seen people call it a huggy, a lovey, a whatever. There's all kinds of things that there's all kinds of things that this thing is called. So you're going to want to put all of those names in this description as well, because people call this different things. Yeah. So you do kind of have to use your brain and a little bit of common sense. But once again, this calls it a lovey right here. Comfort piece, ultra soft knit lovey. You can also, once again, like I said, add in a huggy, whatever. And there is your description, y'all. It is... that's it. And that's how we utilize AI in our Etsy shop to really get the most out of it in lots and lots of different ways. So let's go back to one. If you all have any questions at all, right now is the time to ask them. It doesn't have to be specifically about this training. If you have questions about the program, please feel free to ask them. Could you use those in the key tags, huggy, lovey, etc.? Yes, I would probably, if I was doing something like this, you would want to use those different words in your tags as well. So let's talk about sweatshirt. That's another one that everybody knows. Some people call it a sweatshirt. Some people call it a crew neck. Some people call it a pullover. It really just depends on where you're at. So all of those different things that people call the same product need to go in your tag, because what you search for something may not be what I search. Think of it as shopping cart buggy, pop soda, Coke. It's all the same thing, but we all call it different words. So that is what I would do in my tags, whatever, all the different things that somebody would call it. Amy asked, do you think you spend an hour on every listing? Amy, when we first got started, yeah, I was probably spending that much time on a listing, but once I started using and training that muscle, there is no way that you should be spending an hour on a listing. Once you get to the actual listing part, it should be a really quick, let's get this done. Pop in, once again, this is a muscle that you work. So once you understand how to title your product, you can pop off titles in your sleep. Yeah. Once you understand how to tag your product, you can create 13 tags and not even think about it. So spending a full hour on your listing, once again, in the beginning, expect it. You are learning, you are growing, you are starting to understand. Once you get in a rhythm and you start putting those listings out there, that time is going to shorten with every new listing. And hopefully by 70, maybe not 70, hopefully by 25, 30 listings, you're going to have a rhythm and you're going to know exactly what you need to do next, and you're going to have a system put in place. So if you are spending an hour right now, but you're new, please don't get discouraged. Yeah. Absolutely do not get discouraged. I think there was one listing I was trying to teach myself how to create a multicolor, multi-product listing. I probably spent 2 hours on that thing and never listed it. But simplifying your listings and simplifying your shop is going to really help you work your muscle, your brain muscle, your motor skill muscles, and you're gonna know what to do. So once again, I'm not spending an hour on listings now. Have I in the past? Yes, absolutely. You'll get there. If anyone has any questions, now Tammy asked, and I didn't address this, would you recommend adding in the dimensions of your product into chat? If you want to, for your description, absolutely. You can take your product, you can add the dimensions. So with this one, we could add the dimensions of the little lovey, put it in chat, and have it put it in the description. Easily done. Or if you wanted to put the dimensions of the product, I probably wouldn't for my mock-up creation, because that's just, I think you just need to take a good picture of your product and let it kind of size it according to what the picture is. But you could put the dimensions into chat for your description. Now, if you have not applied for Passive Earner Society yet, you definitely need to go apply. We are going to be closing the doors for applications very, very soon. Make sure you get your application in to talk to our success coordinators, either Katie, Jenny, or Amy. They are phenomenal. We love them to death. But make sure you get your applications in, because once we reach our spots for our program, we only open up our program for so many spots every time we kind of have an Etsy effect. We are getting close to having to close our doors for this round. So if you want to apply, make sure you do that now. Click that link, apply. It costs you nothing to apply. It costs you nothing to talk to Katie, Jenny, or Amy. So apply. We would love to talk to you and see if you are a fit for Passive Earner Society, where we coach you through either scaling your current Etsy shop or building and growing an Etsy shop so that you can start creating that passive income that you want. Make sure if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm going to stay on for just another minute or so, so get your last minute questions in. I have had so much fun here with you guys today, teaching you all how you can streamline your process somewhat with ChatGPT, how you can use it as a jumping off point to get you ideas to create things that are working in your shop, or things that you need to fill in your shop. Now, Diane says, think 50M listings this weekend is ambitious. I don't know what the M stands for, but 50 listings this weekend. If you put your mind to it, it's doable. I'm not saying it's not doable. It is for sure doable. I say go for it. Do it. Try it. Challenge yourself. That's the biggest thing. Challenge yourself. And I think that you will surprise yourself at how much you can get accomplished when you challenge yourself and hold yourself to that. That is the biggest thing that we see a lot of people having issues with, is actually holding themselves to the promises that they make themselves. And that's another reason why we have a coaching program, because it is hard for us as human beings to hold ourselves accountable to ourselves. So when you have a coach that is there guiding you, you seem to get things done a little bit faster. So if there are no other questions, once again, thank you guys so much for being here with us today. We will see you all